Boom Chanka, how's it going everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another video for you tonight. It's just a little transfer rundown. Of course, there's only about an hour or so left of the transfer window, looking at all the major headlines that are going on at the moment in terms of bringing players into Manchester United, the realism of it. There's not really that much going on apart from I've gone on Sky Sports and it's being reported that United have agreed personal terms with Ighalo, who's playing over for Shanghai Shenhua in the Chinese Super League. Of course, we know him from his Watford days. And it is being reported anyway that Manchester United have reached a deal to bring him on a 6-month loan from Shanghai Shenhua, where the season has actually been delayed because of this whole coronavirus thing. So let's hope if we do sign him, he doesn't come and infect bloody half the team, and then we have to field the Walking Dead out there. But either way, we do need some players, don't we? We need a striker. It would be very handy. We got Martial up there. We got Greenwood, Shaw, Rashford's out injured. Any injury issues with those guys up there, and we're absolutely screwed. So yeah, it makes sense to get a striker in there. We were after Josh King earlier on in the day, had United connections, had Norwegian connections with Ole Gunnar, proven in the Premier League to a degree, not a world beater, but a decent player. That's fallen down because he's too important to Bournemouth. They didn't want to accept the bid that we put in for him because it's more value to them to keep hold of an important player like Josh King for them. Of course it is, unless United are going to pay big bucks like 50 million or something, which just, at this moment in time, is just not good value for money. You do usually have to pay a premium for players in January, which is why maybe a loan move like something like this does make a lot of sense. And Ighalo, look, okay, I'm not absolutely blown away by the guy, but when he was at Watford, I remember watching him play, and he was banging in plenty of goals, wherever he's gone, he has scored goals. I don't think it ended particularly well at Watford. I think he did have a little bit of a barren spell here and there, but if you look at his record over in the Chinese Super League, okay, doesn't really tell you that much, and maybe the standard's nowhere near as much, but let's actually have a look at his career stats here. Odion Ighalo, just for argument's sake, he's 30 years of age, he's 6'2", he's a physically, quick, big player. He's played for Nigeria 35 times, and in those 35 games he has scored 16 goals. So you're talking about a 1 in every 2 game merchant here. If you look what he's done over for Shanghai Shenhua, 10 goals in 17 games. Changchun Yatai, which I'm assuming is another Super League team over there, 36 goals and 55 appearances. And then when it gets to the actual good stuff here, as in the Premier League, Watford 2014 to 2017, 33 goals in 82 appearances for the club. I mean, it's not disgraceful stats. He's probably about, half as good as Romelu Lukaku. So that's the sort of player we're dealing with here. But, we need some players right now. It's as simple as that. Do we want to commit to players that aren't quite available right now? Maybe are not the standard of the player that we're looking for long term at United to improve the starting 11? Or do we just want to get somebody on loan who is there to call upon when we need them? It does make sense to get a loan player in right now rather than having to go and pay a premium for somebody like Josh King, for instance. I just want to give a shout out to everybody who's tuning in right now in the live chat. Thank you so much for getting in here. It is Friday night. I hope you're having a great Friday night. I can see there's a couple of you spamming the Phil Jones emojis, and some of you have even found the Henry Hotspur emoji as well. Gungshi, I can see here, he says classic hen emoji. We're trying to improve the channel a little bit here. New emojis and stuff like that for the channel members. Much appreciate all you guys that do support the channel that way. So yeah, absolutely trying to get some more emojis and stuff like that on here. As you can see, check out the new digs, the new background here. We're going to improve the camera and stuff very soon this week, in fact. So things are going to get a little bit more professional on the channel. I want to give a massive shout out to Alex Norman, aka Hotshot, for designing me and making me this this background, this channel art here. So thank you very much for that. As you can see up here, we've got the scoreboard, which will be in use during watch-alongs as well, and obviously it just says United Arsenal 8-2 there because it's a bloody great fixture. That was a bloody great fixture. But anyway, we have got a new channel art, so let us know what you guys think about that, and thank you to everybody that does tune in and support this channel. And I'm just trying to keep you up to date with what's going on in the January transfer dealings as we come to the close of the window here. Shout out to Matt Rush, Illa United, JP, Gungshi, of course, The Saint, Pablo Jones, Big D, JB, and everybody else. Thanks very much for getting in here. I want to just read a few of your comments out and get straight in there just to see what you guys think about this potential Ighalo move. He gives us something different. He's obviously a physical guy, just as a good backup. Like, people are worrying maybe a little bit about what we're paying in terms of money there and if it's even worth a deal to get him in there. But I'm telling you now, it is worth it just to have a player there who can chip in with a few goals and who will provide us with a little bit of cover when we do have injury problems to the likes of Martial, which will probably happen at some time because he's a little bit of an inconsistent melter and he's a little bit injury prone as well. So that might happen, but it would be nice just to have somebody up there to give us something different, somebody to bring off the bench. I'm not saying he's a world-class player here, far from it. But let's get the deal done. I'd be happy with it. You know, what's the problem here with United fans? You know, we're moaning for not getting players, and we're moaning we're not getting good enough players. Like, okay, we can't sign the likes of Lewandowski and stuff right now. Timo Werner, you think we're going to be able to get him in January, and you think we're prepared to spend that sort of money? You know, realistically, we've got to start looking at these sorts of players. Alex Rudd says, I don't like that score. Thank you, Alex Rudd, for getting in here. Of course, he is an Arsenal fan, so that's bringing back some horrible memories. That's why we did it, just for you. Big D comments, nice pig. Ride the Spiral 28 says, looks good. Thank you so much for getting in there. JP, Manchester United 8, Arsenal 2. Pablo says, this transfer window actually gave some heart attacks. Yeah, I know it's been up and down. I mean, we're a little bit surprised that we got Bruno Fernandes in the end there. It took some protest and a move for people to go around Ed Woodward's house and pretty much set it on fire for Manchester United to do anything in the window there, but they did in the end. And we got Bruno Fernandes, and hopefully we can just do something now. I think they realised that we've got a chance of getting in top four now. Maybe they weren't prepared to back Ollie fully at the start of the season. Maybe the players weren't available. Bullshit. It's easier to sign players in the summer than it is January, but I think they can see now that we need to back the manager, we need to give the fans what they want, we need to at least show that we're trying to improve the plight of the team out there on the pitch, and give this little Norwegian lovable fellow a chance for keeping his job. And if Ole Gunnar can finish fifth, maybe win a cup, or somehow sneak us into the top four this season, I think he'd have done a great job, all things considered, with the lack of help that the Glazers gave him at the start of the window. So yes, I'm with you there. I think, it was definitely been a decent window for United at the moment. Gungshi says we need a flying pig hat emoji as well. That's a very good shout, Gungshi. I'm working on it, my friend. Try not to introduce too many emojis at once. I don't want to blow all your fragile little minds out there. Do you know what I mean? We've got to put one in at a time. Nice one. Archie says looks great. Thank you very, very much there. I'm loving this background that Alex Norman has done. Massive shout out to Alex Norman. I don't know if he's in here in the chat. His name is Hotshot on YouTube. Go and subscribe to his channel or whatever. Son Goku says, Pig, did you get my super chat? Sorry, lads and lasses. Let me go in there. I can see we've got a couple of super chats here. One from Here Snark. Thank you so much, Here Snark. There's no message to go along with it, but I'm sure you're just in here to at least show some happiness that United are actually doing some movement in the window. At least we are being talked about being linked to players, even if they're pretty average players. To be fair, I remember watching Ighalo play for Watford back in the day, think this guy's pretty mustard. I think he even won Premier League Player of the Month one month in one of the seasons that he was at Watford, so he was obviously in a good run of form then. That's probably the month that I watched him, but the rest of the time he was probably garbage. I don't know. Son Goku Ian 97, sorry I did indeed miss your super chat there, my friend. He says, Pig, fancy a Budweiser virus and a cig, my man. Thank you very, very much. Always, Son Goku, thank you very much for that. I'm not sure what a Budweiser virus is, though. What's that? Is that like when you share a can of Budweiser with somebody who's contracted the coronavirus? Either way, I'm not into that. Ighalo's coming over. He's potentially got that. The Chinese Super League is actually, it's not started yet. It was in pre-season and they delayed it because of this whole coronavirus stuff. It's no laughing matter, really. People are actually dying. It's very sad. It's one of the many sort of influenzas or variations of flu that does affect people, but it's a new strain or whatever. I don't really know the ins and outs of it. Ask Henry. He's our man in Guangzhou, Guangdong, China, with all the information, as you may have realised in the last Pig and the Hen show. Comment here from the Saint, who comments 100,000 grand a week is crazy. So if we're talking about paying Ighalo £100,000 a week to play for Manchester United, you have to factor in a couple of things. He's about 30. He's over in China. They pay good money over there. If you're going to get a player to come over here and play football, then you're going to have to at least match what he's getting over there, which I'm sure is quite a big whack, because the Chinese Super League, you talked about, they pay some sort of players 500-600k, so it would not surprise me if Ighalo's on £100,000 at all, and to get him to come and play for us, you're sort of going to have to pay that. Factor in Luke Shaw's on 150k a week or whatever, Jesse Ning on 120 or maybe even more. It's a sort of go and wait for a bang average player, isn't it? Now, I'm not saying he's bang average. Hopefully he can come in and do a decent job for us. One thing it does tell me, though, is like, okay, maybe you can question him going over to the Chinese League to get the money instead of perhaps looking from a career point of view. But from a humble lad from humble beginnings in Lagos, Nigeria, you have to obviously understand that he's probably got townspeople relying on him. This is sort of how it works. So I think you've got to understand that that's probably a motivation for him going out there and playing in China anyway. But the fact that their Super League is not starting, and the fact that he's interested in coming and playing for United in the Premier League, I think that's actually good, shows a little bit for his character. I think he wants to play. I think if United got him, it would only benefit us right now. Look, it's not the ideal person, but just for a 6-month loan to come in and help out, I mean, we'd pretty much take anybody at the moment. Like I said, Giroud's been out of form, out of favour for Chelsea, whatever. I'd take him on some sort of a loan if we could get. We just need a body up there to help out, and he does give you something a little bit different. He's a physical lad. Gungshi comments, I like the changes you've made, Pig. Nice touches there on the new screen. Thank you so much, Gungshi, and the camera quality and everything, and the definition will improve too. So we a little while ago we got a graphics card and stuff, but we're going to upgrade the graphics card, upgrade the RAM of the computer, then it should be able to handle Ultra HD streaming and stuff. So I read, because when I try to do it in the past in like full HD, it just seems to melt. And I think the internet's actually fine. So I think it is my computer having an issue. So I'm just going to sort that out this week. I'm going to get a new camera as well, Gunga. So you just wait. Things are going to improve on this channel, and it's all down to you guys helping me do these things by supporting the channel and being channel members and in Patreon and just sharing it and liking it. Whether or not you guys are helping out in that capacity or not, just the fact that you're in here, tuning in, watching along, getting involved in the comments and helping the channel out, definitely all of that stuff helps. Which reminds me, please do smash a cheeky little like on this video and help us out on the old YouTube algorithm. If you are tuned in right now, please smash that like button. There's about 80 of you legends in here on a Friday night. What are we all doing with our lives? We're sat around waiting for the end of the transfer window for United to somehow announce the signing of Ighalo. That's what we're doing right now, but there you go. Illy United comments, Ighalo 100k a week, Bruno 70k a week. So is Bruno Fernandes legitimately only on £70,000 a week? Maybe he has heavy incentives for goal assists and goals and things like that. But when you consider some of the wages that United pay players, crikey, that seems like a bargain if that reported fee is actually the right amount. That he's being paid 70k a week. Nice one. Thank you very much. There's a couple more super chats in here I just want to read out, then we'll get into some of your questions before we wrap this video up. And of course, if there is any concrete happenings come the end of the window, then I will be doing a video at the end if we sign any sort of players. At the moment, the headlines are United agree terms with Ighalo. That's all we know at the moment. Rumoured to be about £100,000 a week that we'd have to pay him. But for a 6-month loan move right now to help out, Ole Gunnar's obviously quite desperate to get a striker up there. We all needed a striker. At the start of this window, if you'd have told me we'd finish it with Bruno Fernandes and Ighalo, I'd actually be pretty happy with that. So if we do finish with that, that's decent. I say pretty happy. I mean, we could have done with somebody else as well. But realistically, it would have been surpassing what I thought the Glazers and would actually do in this window. Thank you very much, Verbal Kint. Much appreciated. Yeah, just trying to improve the quality of the channel a little bit here. JP, shout out to you, my friend, as well, getting in there with a cheeky super chat. No comment to go with that one, but a massive shout out to you, JP. I hope you all have a great weekend, by the way. And, of course, tune in for the Wolves game. We will be playing Wolves. Could be the introduction of Bruno Fernandes. Probably around about the 55th minute mark. Isn't there like a protest planned? A walkout for the 58th minute? They're just going to start Bruno Fernandes on the bench and bring him on the 55th minute. That's going to cull that walkout. You can see it coming, can't you? That's what I'd do if I was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and if I was the Glazers. I'd bring him on in the 55th minute. Shrewd. because obviously everyone's going to want to see how he does in his debut. Son Goku, thank you so much again with another super chat here. He says, Pig, I adore your channel. Watching you with a Sig. Top man, you are obsessed with your Siggies, aren't you, Son Goku? What I wonder is, are they legitimate Siggies or are they funny Siggies? Either way, I'm with you. Aiden comments... hold on a second. I've lost your comment here. Aiden, where is it? Aiden comments, Ighalo is a drip king, earning 300k over in China. AFCON top scorer ahead of Mane, Salah and Mahrez. Give the lad a punt up the Nigerian Nightmare. Nice, got the same nickname as Kamaru Usman, the UFC welterweight champ, the Nigerian Nightmare. Nice one, Aiden. Yeah, I mean, 1 in every 2 games for Nigeria. He's obviously got a great strike rate at international level there, over in AFCON as well. So, fair play. I mean, look, you can't go wrong. He's, like you said, Eddie, he's on 300k a week in China. I didn't even know this. If United are paying him 100k a week, that's obviously a percentage of what he's getting over there. Shanghai doing a bit of an Alexis Sanchez job by taking him off the books there, maybe, because it is pre-season, the season's delayed here. They're paying these players money to just sit around right now, and we don't know when the resolution of the coronavirus and everything will take place. At the moment, there's transportation bans, there's all sorts of stuff going on there which inhibits travel, and of course the Super League has been delayed because of that. So I think that's a massive factor. Gary Wells comments, did not like Ollie's comment about Fernandes. He said he would take part. He's in the squad. I sent to a bench job here. There you go. You see, like I was saying, I think he's going to start from the bench. Now, we'd love to see him start the game. I truly hope he does. He should be in a good run of fitness anyway, because he's been playing over there for Sporting. So it's not like he's not match sharp. Of course, coming in for United, adapting to this team of the league is going to be difficult. But fitness-wise, hopefully he should be fine to just be able to go in and slot in there. But like I say, wouldn't that just make a lot of sense if they were to save him for about the 55th minute? If there's a 58-minute walkout or whatnot, and they bring him on the 55th minute, Man United's new marquee signing, not many people are going to be leaving that stadium for the remainder of the game. So there you go. They're papering over it. They're just about doing enough to stop this getting out of hand, I think. Red Devil United 77, you bloody legend. Wish it was Friday night here in Colorado. Just taking my lunch. Nice one. Well, thank you very much. It's a great part of the country that you're in there in Colorado. I have visited. Very nice indeed. So you could be in worse places. But yeah, nice one. Have a good Friday night whenever you do finish later. Thanks for getting in here, Red Devil United 77. Alex Ruddy, thank you for getting in here with the super chat, my friend. He's only gone and given me one of these. Thank you so much for that, Alex Rudd. Right back at you, sunshine. Shotgun the yellow hand. You could be the pink hand there. It's a little bit too feminine for my liking, Rudd. But either way, thank you for getting in there. Top man. Matt Rush. Crikey, they're all getting in here. Matt Rush with a super chat. Thanks. He says, great background, Pig. Ighalo and I can understand it. Experienced a battler. Maybe the type of player we are missing. Yes, there you go. Experienced a battler, goal scorer. Look, he's never going to score you, like Lewandowski numbers. But in terms of giving you 1 every two games from a backup sort of substitute position as well, he could definitely do that for United. We've seen it in the past for Watford, him doing well in the Premier League. He's a good physical player. United sort of lack that a little bit up there. We've got pace, but we don't have a good physical option who's a bit better in the air, a bit better holding it up, that sort of stuff. Thank you so much for that, Matt Rush. Ryan Burberspin 9, you bloody nutter. Thanks for getting in here as well. He's also super chatted, one of the legends of the channel, and said, new setup looks amazing, Mr. Pig. Thank you so much. And once again, I said it at the start of the video, I can't see him in here, but shout out to Hotshot, aka Alex Norman, for taking the time to make this for me. Like, I really do appreciate it, man. Like, it's way better than anything I could do. And, if the channel is going to improve and stuff, and we're going to improve the quality of the channel, this is only going to help me. So thank you so much to Alex Norman. Massive shout out to Alex Norman. But thank you for that, Ryan Burberspin 9. I'm really liking it. Very, very impressed with the very impressed with the background that he's made. So appreciate that. Thanks so much. Glenn has got one in here. He's sent over 22 knock, which is the same sort of currency that we usually get from the Jarvis Cocker. So he's obviously a compatriot of Jarvis there. Glenn, thanks for getting in here. He says, we're fecked, Father Pig. I'm in tears over Ighalo. So I'm guessing you're not too keen on the actual prospect of us signing Ighalo on 100k a week. I mean, look, I think he's a decent enough player. Fair enough. We've all got our opinions on it. I mean, of course, he's not a Timo Werner or one of these top strikers that maybe United should be looking at right now. But they're not the most realistic. It's difficult to get these guys in January, and he is available. He's keen to play by the sounds of it. It's not a huge amount of money for a 6-month loan deal to get it in. Of course, we don't know the fees and stuff involved with Shanghai Shenhua at the moment, but I'd imagine it is, a reasonable deal for us. They're getting the player off the books for a few months, which looks like the league's out of commission for a little while anyway. And United are getting a decent backup player, and that's all it'll be. He's not going to dislodge Marcio in the number 9 position here. He's going to come on later in games. He's going to provide cover when we're stretched due to injury problems, which we probably will have. And sorry if you picked that up on the microphone there. I did just pass a bit of gas. So I apologise for that. Out my mouth, not out the back end. It was just a little wee burp. Anyway, thank you so much for that, Glenn. GTA Red Star Gaming. How you doing, GTA Red Star? Thank you also for getting in here, my friend. He said, Ed the panic buyer. Yeah, well, I think he's doing it to actually save his bacon at the moment, because obviously United fans backlash the other night going around there. Maybe it was a PR stunt, all that good stuff. It's quite feasible. But yeah, I mean, he's probably has realised that he needs to do something to give the fans something this season. So thank you for that, GTA Red Star. Fully agree. I want to read this comment out from Gungshi here. Thanks, Gungshi, for getting in here. He says, there's no sense of genuine sense of gratitude on some big channels. It's all money raking. That's why I support the pig. Hey, thank you so much there, Gungshi. Much appreciated. I echo that. Alex Rudd with the old pig and the hen. The Henry Hotspur. The Henry Hotspur emoji. Is that a good enough emoji? Should we zoom in a little bit more on Henry Hotspur's face? I think maybe we should. And yeah, I'll try and get another one on there. Dreezy77, how are you, Dreezy? Comments, pig, this is concerning. There is clearly no plan in place for anything at MUFC. What the hell is going on? Is this on Ollie or Woodward? We should have this wrapped up early in the transfer piece. Hey, I'm with you on that one. We should have definitely got it done in January. For the sake of paying a few million extra, it would have made a lot more sense to get Bruno Fernandes in at the start of the window to help us out for January, and by now he would have been bedded in and had a few goals and assists, hopefully. So that is an issue. We haven't helped Ollie out. I think it's mostly Woodward and the Glazers doing that, because they didn't do it at the start of the season earlier. In terms of not having a plan in place, I mean, I think this is a bit of a panic buy situation. We need strikers up there. We need a bit of cover up there for Martial. We've got injury problems. We're one injury away from an absolute catastrophe to the wrong player. So that's why I think you are seeing us doing a bit of panic buying here. I think Josh King would have been a better move, but Ighalo, there you go. It's just decent for a sort of backup. Seriously, how you doing? Seriously, comments, I reckon it could be a really good loan deal. We don't need to be paying loads for a player to be here long term. 6 months, keep the forwards on their toes. Absolutely. Bit of competition for places, bit of cover for any injury issues. Good option to come off the bench as a backup and as a late impact substitute that will give you something else. Look, it's not really a gamble. For a big club like United, this is not really a gamble. I'd rather have him there and not need him than need him and not have him there. Whoa, what is that? What is that, Sam Spiol? I don't even know what that currency is. And I've never seen you on here before, but Sam S3PIOL. Thank you very much for getting in here with your super chat. I literally don't know what that is. I've never seen that character before, but much appreciated to you, Sam. Commented and said, what is your prediction for Bruno's involvement against Wolves tomorrow or for the future? Loved the positivity in the lad. I feel it's different. Thank you, Sam, for getting in here with your thoughts and opinions there. My prediction for Bruno's involvement, I honestly do think he'll be coming on as a substitute in the second half. Early in the second half, there's all this talk about United protests and fan walkouts at the moment, 58th minute or whatnot, I hear being bandied around. Don't know if it was for the Wolves game, but I think it might have been. And it would make a lot of sense if they just waited until the second half and brought him on. Maybe brought him on at half time, or maybe brought him on the 55th minute, just to stop the fans from leaving, because obviously everybody's going to want to see Bruno Fernandes play on his debut game for United. But going forward, it's easy to say this. I've thought this about some of the previous signings that we've made, be it Paul Pogba or Lukaku or Sanchez. I thought they're going to be really good players for us, because they are good players, and you'd expect them to repeat that for United, having seen what they've done previously in their careers. But it doesn't always work out that way for United. United have got some sort of horrendous curse that was created after Sir Alex Ferguson left there. I don't know what it is, the curse of Ed Woodward possibly. But it's been a struggle ever since then, and we don't generally do well with enough of these top big marquee signings that come in. I hope Bruno Fernandes is going to come in and slot in and be that creative midfield spark that we need, and have been needed for a long time, and he can just tick things over for us for the next 5 or 6 years. So he's 25, he's coming to the best years now. We should have a good player there. We don't need any sort of any horrific injuries. It does take a little time to settle and bed in. I like the way that he speaks about the club. I like the way that he talks about his professionalism and doing everything he possibly can to win trophies again for United. He's consulted Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo's told him it's one of the greatest clubs in the world and to just go and play it and enjoy it, and they'll love you and he'll love it and all this. So he's saying all the right stuff. I feel good about it. I feel very positive about Bruno Fernandes being a Red. That's what I can say. Regardless of the situation with the squad, it's a great signing. There's a host of clubs that would want him. He was being linked to Barcelona, for instance. He was being linked to Spurs, probably some other clubs as well. He's obviously a good player. He's obviously a player that a lot of top clubs would want to have because he's approaching his best years. So the fact that United have got him right now, with no Champions League football, with the situation we're in, with not a big name manager, with all this pressure and all this change and transition going on at United, and the owners we've got, and the fans, and the league position, and all this, for him to come and for us to get him, I think it really does say a lot. I think it's fantastic. Gungshi with a Henry Hotspur emoji says, the man, the myth, the occasional melter. Henry Hotspur. I do love seeing Henry Hotspur's emoji in there. Yeah, I'm going to have to add my one there, but I just wanted to get Henry Hotspur in, and we're going to drip feed you the emojis. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Sylvia Wambui, who comments, lots of love from Kenya. Right back at you. Thanks for getting in here. Batman Night fan, thanks for getting in here too. Great to see you. Lots of you legends tuned in on this Friday night. There's only about 50 minutes of the window left, but I'm not going to stay on here and just count down the whole window, although I probably should, but I'm not going to do that. I've got my lovely missus here, Nicola, and she's ever suffering, isn't she? And I haven't spent much time with her the last couple of days, so I'm going to do the nice romantic thing, and I'm going to end this stream right now and snuggle up to her, so to speak. But anyway, thank you so... That sounded really lame, didn't it? But you know what I mean? You've got to keep these women reasonably happy, don't you? But anyway, I'll be back later if there is any concrete news, like at 11 o'clock, if it's announced that Manchester United do sign anyone, if it's Ighalo or anybody else, if there's any other surprises, then I will keep you up to date with what's been going on. But for now, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys for tuning into the show. It does mean a lot. Thanks for being in here on this Friday night, wherever you're watching from in the world. Appreciate you getting in here. Please do us a favour, do smash a cheeky little like on this video. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We do all sorts of United videos on this channel, so hit that subscribe button. Click the bell button to be notified when we post on this channel also. And more importantly, have yourselves a bloody good evening. I'll catch you later, hopefully, when United announce the signing of the Nigerian Nightmare. Right, we'll wrap it up there, but I'll do a few shout-outs at the end here. Jarvis Cocker, G Wolf United, Hot Shot, there he is. You see, we've been talking about him earlier on in the video. Hot Shot, Alex Norman, thank you so much for this background and everything. It's gone down very well. People loving it. I'm loving it. It's definitely a step up on the channel, so thank you so much for the effort that you put into that, lad. Hot Shot, everybody, give your thanks to Hot Shot there. Thank you so much. Jarvis Cocker, Matt Rush, JP Farn 141, Salah 00784, Matt Rush. They said Salah comments done deal. So they're reporting done deal right now. Is it a done deal? Let me just see if I can refresh it and see if there's any done deal stuff. I'll just jump on at 11 and we'll give a rundown of everything that's been done here. But yeah, thank you so much for you guys for tuning in. Have a great Friday night. I'll see you tomorrow for the game against Wolves. Come on, United. Come on, Bruno Fernandes. I do hope we see him from the start. But my brain tells me they're going to bring him on second half just to be dicks. Right, guys, here Snark, G Wolf, Alex Rudd, Hot Shot, you bloody legend, JP, Matt Rush, Stephen Zevon, Mr. Boba Django, MT, Sylvia Wambui, the Saint, Matt Rush, Alex Rudd, Stephen Zevon, MBG, Gungshi, everybody else, thanks for getting in here. If I've not responded to you, or even if you're watching this after it's been live, come back, let us know your thoughts in the not live comments section about the potential signing of Ighalo. Would you be happy to see Odion Ighalo sign for Manchester United from Shanghai Shenhua on a 6-month loan? Gungshi, am I saying that right, by the way? Shanghai Shenhua, is it like Shanghai Shenhua? I don't know. We need Henry, don't we? We need Henry over here. There we go. Oh, I don't like what you've done there, Gungshi. You've sort of made a bacon sandwich out of Henry Hotspur. You've got a pig emoji on either side of Henry. That's just messed up, son. That's like some sort of a Henry bacon sandwich. I don't like that. Anyway, yo, have a good one. I'll catch you soon. If there is any movements later, I'll jump on and do a announcement video. But if not, you'll just see me tomorrow. Have a great evening. Thanks for stopping by. This is the big. Take it easy and come on, United. Oh yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for getting in here. Just a bit of a transfer update. Of course, the deadline is in 45 minutes, and also England and, the UK are actually leaving the EU at the same time. So it's like a bit of a Brexit, bit of a transfer deadline day show here. This is the end credits here, where I just want to say thank you to all the guys who take the time and effort and everything to support the channel on Patreon. These legends that are currently rolling down your screen, each and every one of you, much appreciated for doing that. Thank you so much. Or also their tier 2 channel members, such as Gungshi and Red Devil United 77. So that everybody, much appreciated. Thanks for getting in here. Have a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow for the Wolves game, if you don't see me later for the deadline day news. Peace. Take it easy. Come on, United. Get in there. Hopefully we can wrap up some sort of striker come the end of the window. See you later.